Hey, welcome. It's me, Kathy. Thanks for joining me. My last trip to the farmers market, I bought not only some pork belly to use, but also some farm fresh chorizo, and I made a pizza, a flatbread. It was actually a pizza out of the chorizo, but I had some left over, and so with that, I made some fresh chorizo empanadas, and I got the wrappers at the store. You know, you can make your own or use pie crust or whatever you want to do. And I filled them with the cooked chorizo, some beans that I had a can of black beans in my pantry, and some beans and some peppers and some onions and some cheese. And when I cooked the pork belly, I saved the juices, the cooking liquid from that, and I skimmed off the fat, and I reduced the liquid. I cooked those pork belly in apple cider, and that's in a different video. But you see that. So I cooked that. I cooked it in apple cider. So I put it in the refrigerator overnight after I was finished, and I skimmed off the fat, and then I poured the liquid into a saucepan and reduced it to a syrup. It made like an appley sort of pork belly flavored syrup. So I cooked the vegetables that went into this empanada in the pork belly fat, and I added a little bit of the apple pork belly syrup to kind of make it juicy, and it came out pretty good. And I'll use those ingredients for more stuff. I like to use everything, as you know, and it always helps to use everything, and it allows you to play with your food. Have fun. So here we have our pork fat. You can use butter if you don't have any pork fat, or oil, but this just gives it so much flavor, so that's why I saved it. And we're going to melt about 2 tablespoons in the skillet over medium heat. And to that melted fat, we're going to add some diced peppers and onions. And we're going to season those with some salt, pepper, garlic powder, smoked paprika, cumin, and some chili powder. And now we're going to throw in some fresh herbs. I happen to have these chopped up in the refrigerator from a dish that I made. And this is fresh basil and oregano. And we're going to saute all of that for about 7 to 12 minutes until the vegetables are soft. And here we have our locally produced chorizo from Purpose Driven Family Farms. And we're going to crumble that and cook it in a pan. Stirring occasionally and breaking it up until it's cooked through. And we're going to add that cooked chorizo to our vegetables. And stir that around in the pan to mix it well together. And then we're going to add some black beans and stir those in. And that is nice, right? Oh, there's Kelly. Someone must be walking by. So now we have our pork cider reduction. I took the cooking liquid from the pork belly and poured it into a saucepan and boiled it for about 30 minutes. And you got to stir that often so it doesn't stick or burn. And it turns into a syrup. And I cooked the pork belly in apple cider, so that's kind of an appley, porky syrup. And I threw in a half a cup to, moisten it up and flavor it up. And stir that over medium heat until it's well incorporated. There she goes again. Now we're going to add some cheddar. The cheddar, the cheese will, of course, give it cheesiness, but will also help to bind the filling. And we're going to stir that until it's melted, the cheese. And we're going to cool this mixture because you don't want to put hot mixture into an empanada wrapper. So we'll cool that. And now we're going to make them. I bought some discos at the store. And here's our cooled filling. And we're going to place the dough on a work surface. Put about a half a cup of the filling right across the center of the empanada dough. And then we're going to fold it, pinch it, press it, press it down, press the edges to seal them very well. And now to make them pretty, we are going to crimp. You could also take a fork and press down and make fork marks and seal it up that way if you don't want to crimp it. And we're going to repeat with our remaining empanada doughs and empanada fillings and place all those on a baking sheet. We're going to make an egg wash. It's just an egg beaten. We've done this before. And we're going to brush that all over our empanadas. The egg gives them a shiny outside coat and helps to seal them up a little bit. Now we're going to cut little vent holes in them. You can use a knife or whatever you want. I like to use some kitchen shears. It gives them that kind of, funny little shape. Just put those in and kind of twist them as you pull it out. And we're going to bake 400 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes until they're nicely browned and a little messy. Now we're going to make some dipping sauce with cilantro. My fresh cilantro is dead, so I used dry cilantro. Fresh would be better. And some sour cream. Some lime juice. Mix all that together. Oh, that's right, I forgot I put a little ranch in there too. Gives it a little extra tang. And here you go. Beautiful. And delicious.